got more money, more problems. I get that money, no problem. Ain't no I come from the bottom. I'm not with the gossip. Little homie trying to boss up. Crucify me when we crossed up. Didn't know me, man, I lost touch. Now I'm here trying to guap up.
It makes no sense.
Let me know, bro. I'm down. Yeah. Everybody's like, yeah. How many followers you got?
Yeah, see, that's what people are always looking at. To me, that don't fucking. I don't give a fuck about that shit, man. Like that doesn't determine how successful you're gonna be, man. Like, period. You know what I mean? Like, I don't. If you let numbers and that little shit get to you, like, you'll never be able to get out of that bubble. Like,
exactly.
Yeah, that shit's corny as fuck, man. People just want to ride your coattail.
And then once you do something, then everybody's like,
people's okay with being an entourage. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like, bro, you can be a part of a team versus I'll come in once everybody good.
Motherfuckers literally look you in the eyes like, I don't want to be a day one.
Yeah, like, whoa.
Oh, okay.
I just want to say it.
Yeah.
So when it happens,
when we can post old pictures and be like,
post a picture with you and put Ace.
And they're like, no, not at all, man. Like, that's some bullshit. But
man, let's fucking introduce this, man.
Oh, yeah,
this is Against the Grain podcast, gang shit.
We in the
here with my brother Kenny and
AR-216.
I
go by AR-216. I'm a local artist from Cleveland and Lorraine.
Talking shit.
You know what I'm saying? If you just go on Google, simply just put AR-216 on Google, you'll find my Spotify, my Apple Music. You'll find everything, and I'm getting a check mark on Spotify too. So that's dope. Yeah, I got some big shit that's coming up. I got my first placement with this DJ Jimmy Paul. DJ Jimmy Rock. He's out of Nashville.
Hold on, before you get into
that,
what is a placement?
A placement. Okay. All right.
I ain't too hit. Let me light the weed on the intro.
There you go. Yeah. Okay. All right.
That's why I don't fuck with papers, man. You can lit that bitch like.
No, right here. I got it.
But what's the placement, man?
All right, so it goes deep. Like, so when you're in the music industry, like it's easy to just get a song, right? You got the rights, some rights, whatever your producer you worked out with. Then you go on DistroKid, then you put the splits or whatever. Then you put it out like that. Well, That's not how easy it. You good?
Appreciate it.
Oh, okay. My bad.
No, you straight, Brody.
So you think it's easy like that, but it's not. There's more that goes into it. For one, you need some type of pro, which is publishing royalties. I forgot what the O is, but you need your publishing and royalties. So BMI or ASCAP. I use BMI. You submit the songs onto BMI. So, and then you get mechanical revenue. So mechanical revenue is meaning if your song gets played on a radio, how many times does it get played and how many spins, and you get percentage off of that. And if you do a venue, like if you do a show at a place that has musical licensing, you get paid by the promoter front end, but on the back end, BMI has to pay you for playing their music in front of So like it really depends on how many people are there and how many times that DJ will play your song. So this DJ, he does 10,000 people venues. Like I could show you his IG. It's crazy, bro. And my uncle, he lives in Nashville. He's like close friends with him. You know, I remember telling you my uncle's
Yeah. This is the same uncle from
same uncle.
Way back in middle school. Shit, yeah. I remember that shit.
So he's been like, he's just, it's always timing with him. Like, when's the good time? You know what I'm saying? So he sees that I've been working.
Always. I mean, you always gonna get pushed to the head of the line when they can be like, you got work. You know what I'm saying? That I can see. Because before, they're gonna be like, yeah, why should I stop what I'm doing to invest in what you doing? You know what I'm saying? Like, if you like, well, next week I'm gonna have something. You know what I'm saying? It's like, that's for me exactly why I think I fell back hard from the music industry, is because if you want to be relevant,
you have to just
putting shit out
and a lot, and it's hard. Like, or you could do like kind of like how I did, because you remember how I used to be Age. So I was like, well, how could I just recreate, just start from scratch and just start over? And I felt like with the AR-216 I did that, but what I also did is I also compiled 40, 50 songs. So I could just drop a mixtape, and you know what I'm saying? So within a year I've gotten to this point, but back to the placement, Yeah, so like I said, so I did a verse for him on this EDM party joint, bro. Like I don't do that type of shit.
Right.
And it was like no cursing, like no sexual references, like shit like that. Like you had to be real clean cut. So me, I took it like a challenge. You know what I mean? I was like, man, this is like, it's challenging me because I never made music like that.
Right. Yeah.
And it's still rapping. I'm not like, well, I did a little bit of singing, but like it's still like rapping.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that shit hard though. To not cuss and use like innuendos and
you
shit.
don't really
like, that's
think
what
about
rap
it.
really
Yeah.
is.
Exactly.
Like, I hate to say that because it's way more than that, but it's like.
And my whole thing was like,
hard.
how could I still be AR-216 without
doing any of that?
You know what I mean? So I tried to still be like the same like kind of swaggy rapper on it, but just not use like sexual references. It's kind of hard to explain how I did it, but I pulled it off, man. He fucks with it hard. He paid for a studio session in Barberton. I went to Barberton. The studio session was crazy. They had one of them long table podcast setups with the mics and shit, long table. But the whole like upstairs, there was like different rooms for different scenes and movies and shit. Bro, it was crazy.
It was like an entertainment.
It was like a fucking like it was crazy. This dude, rich
so
dude
your
on the
uncle
building.
was a producer? Is that what it is? Okay.
He
Has
produces. Oh my bad.
Has he done anything that like everyday people like me would know?
Do you know Toby Mac?
That sounds familiar.
So
What kind
this
of music is that?
it's Christian. You know what I'm saying? So
Oh,
he's like
okay.
in the Christian world. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Music
Is that
Me, I'm not super familiar with like Christian rock or
Nah,
Christian.
I know like one Christian
You know what I
artist.
mean?
I know
that's
like Donnie
Lecrae.
McClurkin.
But Toby
shit
Mac's like the
that.
biggest, right?
Yeah.
He'd be like he was at one point for 10 years like the biggest Christian artist.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
so yeah, my uncle pretty much got me hooked up with Jimmy Rock, and Jimmy Rock was fucking with it heavy. So, yeah, he was showing me the venues that he does. If you go on his Instagram, dude, it's crazy some of the shit that he does. So, through BMI, now that I know how to do publishing and musical licensing and shit that I didn't know before, now I could get paid just not even being there.
Right.
If he just plays the fucking song. And then you get paid how many people are there and how many times he plays that song. It's his song. It's gonna be his single. So like this is like huge for me. And I never really told nobody, but that's why I wanted to come on something like this. I know a lot of people that fuck with watch this shit. Yeah. So, but yeah, that's just something that, you know, I've been working on for a little while now, and I just been still doing my shit. You know, and the Bout It video dropped, and that was cool. Dubbo showed up and was just super chill, talking to everybody, taking pictures with everybody. Like, it was raw. Like, it was cool.
I'm not even gonna cap. I don't know who that is.
Yeah,
I never
yeah.
heard of him.
That's
And I never-
boy, ain't it?
I've known about him for
Is he an
years.
MGK dude?
Yeah, they're like childhood.
Is he still intertwined over there? Or
Yeah,
is
he just came off the tour bus, literally, like came off the tour and went to our video shoot and then went back to see his daughter and then went back on tour. Like, super humble dude, super cool dude. But no, before we reached out to him, which was like 5 years ago, maybe even longer. He did the verse for a different beat.
Mm-hmm.
But we were like, man, we own this verse. We don't own the beat.
Mm-hmm.
So how can we own the beat, own the verse, own the video, own it all? Like, you know. So we had Matt Like the Flame at Top of the World Studios. That's my dog, my engineer too.
I did some like a couple songs.
He produced the beat right in front of us in like 20 minutes, bro. Just
hold on, Matt is the one that does the recording too.
yeah. The younger one.
Okay, never mind.
Josh is his older brother.
Yeah, I think we're with Josh.
Yeah, Josh. Yeah, Josh. Yeah, he's cool. He's dope too, man. Top of the world. But yeah, fucking.
But that shit
did that shit, and then we just slapped his verse with the ad libs. I just recorded the same verse, just with the newer, I guess, sound, I guess. But yeah, it ended up. It was just the way we pushed it.
Right.
You know, it wasn't necessarily the song itself.
Right.
But it was just the marketing of it. You got
The time
MGK, you got EST on the track. You know, Matt Like the Flame's already been a name. You know, everybody knows who that is in Cleveland. So,
Right.
and we were fucking with Siah Sevens. Shout out Siah Sevens, big promoter downtown Cleveland. He could get us shows whatever we want. Like, it's just really up to us.
That's dope. That's dope for her, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? So far, what would you say was your favorite show that you've done?
Rover Fest, definitely.
Oh, yeah, that was dope.
Oh, you did Rover?
Yeah.
That's
But they
pretty
did
cool.
the first
Last
one.
year?
And I've no, it was just, the first year.
Yeah, the first year that they
that's
ever
a good
had.
question there, because I've enjoyed some intimate shows like Lakewood. We did a show at Iggy's Tavern, and that show was just crazy. That was one of those shows where you're just so satisfied when you put that mic back in that stand and you're walking out. I'm just like, yes, like fucking killed
like,
that.
that shit is nice.
Roverfest was a flash though. I was pissy.
I get that lighter.
Because I wanted to really enjoy it, and I did. So I wanted to soak up every moment, and we went on stage, and it was just like, it was different than doing like shows with 20 people, because that's like scarier to me.
Yeah, because it's like, it's more personal.
Yeah,
You know
it's
what
like
I'm
a
saying?
personal, and I've done those shows at Peabody's where there's like 10, 15 people, and you know what I'm saying? But doing it in front of like 10,000 people or however many was there, I don't know.
That shit was rocking.
It was crazy. That was like way easier.
Yeah,
Is
it's
that-
like
Dude, I was just like,
already
dude, we was already like, yeah.
How
So,
often do you do shows?
in the summertime, we try to do like 3 a month.
3 a
type
month.
shit, yeah.
Is that what's your typical? Is it usually the 20 or what's your like? What is usually the
Lakewood
amount of
was
people
sold
that are
out.
there?
Lakewood was sold out. But
Is
that was like
that
the
discouraging
first.
to you to
that-
only see like 10, 15 people, or does that drive
Man, you know
to
what's
do
crazy?
better?
It's that I just did a show. What was it? 2 weekends ago. For this guy, Slagle. Shout out Slagle. He's another artist. He just came out with an album. But he's like, hey, you know, this is my album release party. Can you do like a set for me? I was like, oh, yeah, you know what I'm saying? I got him on my new single that's about to drop that I had to push back because of the whole COVID. There's a lot more than that, but that Kobe shit really fucked me up. I don't even want to talk about it today. But it's like, dude, all right. But anyways, yeah, I cried for like a week about it, but
he hoops and shit, so it's
still cried about it. But yeah, so I put that. Yeah, I put the single back, but I did a show for him, and literally the only people that were there were the artists.
Mm-hmm.
And I just kept looking at everybody, and I told everybody, I said, you know what, just do the show for us. Like, just look at this like practice. Like, this is fine. Like, this is what you need. You need this.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because I said it beforehand. I'm like, bro, even if, I told him like 20 minutes before we were going to start, like, even if no one shows up, because I knew no one was going to show up. But I just wanted to keep it positive with him. Like, just treat this like practice. And he's like, oh, no, there's people going to show up.
So don't get too cocky, right? Yeah, nobody's gonna come.
And
Damn, that's a blow to your ego.
well, it wasn't
Like,
even
somebody's gonna show
even
up.
my dude Slagle that said that. It was somebody else that said that. So it wasn't even him for real, you know. But still, but I was just like, I knew, you know, this was. But you know what it was? It was Conor McGregor, so it was fight night.
Right.
You know what I mean? So, but it can discourage you.
Yeah.
It just depends. Like, that obviously wasn't my show. I didn't really, that
Right.
wasn't like
You wasn't
my
really attached
promotional.
to it.
Yeah, exactly.
I
But
feel it.
maybe I could have, you know, maybe I could have did something better to invite more people. But, you know, it's winter time. You know, it's not a good time to have an album release party.
Especially you have to know your scheduling, like what's going on that night. You know what I'm saying? Especially a Conor McGregor fight where he hasn't fought in how many years, like you gotta kind of balance
Oh, this
that
was
out.
recent?
Like,
Yeah, this was like
Oh,
2
this-
weeks ago
Oh
type shit.
shit!
It's
Yeah,
like-
that was.
Yeah.
and he just came back. Like,
Yeah, that
come
wasn't
on,
a good
man,
idea.
that's not a
Yeah.
good idea. Like,
There's definitely a
people
lot of
ended
days
up-
in Ohio where nothing's
There was
happening.
like there was like
you could've
2
went around
yeah.
that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Next week,
So-
whatever. Like,
So it depends. I don't think to him it was discouraging, but Sometimes there's some gas right here.
Jesus.
But
How
yeah,
long
I
have
don't
you
know.
been rapping?
uh,
You rap. Damn, I shouldn't have assumed that. I'm just.
no,
But
I,
you rap.
Yeah, no, I've really been like rapping since like what, 08, 09, 2010.
So about 10 years.
Yeah, probably
Maybe
10
a
years
little
right now.
11 around there.
Yeah,
That's dope. What
Yeah.
guy? How old were you?
fresh out of high school,
Was that 17, 18?
or like right before high school.
What made you start doing music?
This nigga Drake came out.
Drake was a big influence for
And,
me. But I was
but
fucking with,
I was-
with
You know,
Lil
we
Wayne.
used to fuck with G Unit.
Yeah,
fucking,
all them motherfuckers. Like, man, anybody.
me and
basically
him
was a
would
group
fight
shit.
each other because Lloyd
Yeah,
Banks
me and
was
this nigga
better
was
than
cool,
Eminem, and like
This
so
was
we
like
used to
my
fuck.
right hand
Yeah,
in like
yeah.
middle school. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah, this was growing up years.
This
These were
was-
years that you'll always remember.
me
for
and this
some
nigga got
reason.
suspended for walking aggressively
Yeah,
in middle school. That shit was hilarious.
Whoa, that's
Because
not
we had
really
like people
racially
following
motivated.
us and shit.
'Cause
Like
it was,
we
man,
was,
walking
just,
was
we was on some
blasphemy.
power.
Yeah,
We was
like-
on like this power thing. We ruled
I
like
remember
school forward
the
type
fucking
shit.
dude. This
It was
white
funny.
dude was like this fucking trailer trash ass white dude. Used to date this one girl who ended up being a hoe anyways. He used to, and then our dude. Dan ended up dating her.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying?
yes,
And
I remember
he
that
was one of
one.
those upset
Oh.
exes. You know what I'm saying? That was kind of
But
like,
he was
oh,
in the.
really?
He was in the. He
He
was,
was
in
older.
like. Yeah,
You know what I'm
he
saying?
was like 18.
But he was one of those like straight up
Oh,
movie.
man.
Yeah, he was like
white boy.
17
He
or
had the
something. Like,
blonde
you know what I
hair at
mean?
the time.
Yeah.
The two like braid,
Oh, man.
like that type of look. You know what I'm saying? The ice
Yeah.
cream
Smell
type.
the
Yeah,
stink
like
on
that.
And
that.
Dan ain't on
Story.
that shit.
Dan's not a
on that
fighter,
shit.
and it was just
so-
kind of like, bro, like, nigga, you ain't here to check the two most hostile niggas over here. You over here to be like, no.
Yeah, you over
'cause I think
there.
I remember
you
him
over there
coming
with the
over
soft kid.
and was like, no, not you, to me. You know what I'm saying? Specifically, like, no, him, like,
Yeah.
type shit. It's
Yeah.
like, bro, what? Like, you
It's
picked the
Dan
most,
White.
like,
Yeah.
yeah.
Not the two minorities, the fucking
But
white
you
guy.
know what? He picked it at the time where the bell had already rung and we were getting up to go.
It was kind of some, just like,
Oh.
It was like some like
Right,
like
right.
some sucker shit. We were like, what the fuck?
like, yeah, and motherfuckers
Yeah.
was like mad about that shit. So then Dan was like making it like he was scared to walk to class because this dude was a dropout. He's like, I don't care. I'll just,
I'll
just
follow him
fight
around
this
and type
dude
shit,
because
like-
I'm obsessed with
So
this
we
girl
said,
and
fuck
him.
it. We
Uh.
walked into his class and it was like, man, it's a big deal because it was high school. I mean, not high school.
It was middle school.
So other people
This
were
is
all
an
like,
18-year-old kid trying to bully some middle
he
school
had to be
kids.
at least like 17.
He was like
16,
16,
we
17,
in middle
but you
school.
got to think back then,
It was only
that's
2
a
years.
big ass gap.
Yeah,
You know,
17 is.
And you
He
can
was
see them,
probably
they got the
pretty
full
developed,
beards
huh?
going, yeah, like.
Even if he wasn't, he was one of those I'm built like I'm 16, 17.
Yeah.
And it was just kind of like, bro,
Yeah.
like, even if y'all the same age, you picking on the smallest motherfucker here. You going against a dude
And it
that's
wasn't
obviously
even
not like your type of temperament. Like
Yeah.
you going against a dude that's kind of like, yo,
Man,
I'm just
if
dating
you-
her.
if
Like
you
you're
would've-
mad at me and I don't even know you.
And
Like,
you know what's
that shit,
crazy
like-
is if he would have did something to Dan, he would have been kicked out of the school completely.
Yeah,
Because he
but-
was already in the fucking fucked up classes. And
He
shit.
was taking out his like
So, yeah.
meth addictions on this kid. and
Yeah.
shit, and, like,
his dad's drinking problem.
yeah,
and shit,
his
like,
fucking dad just punches him in the arm every day, calls him a fucking
In the
pussy,
arm.
and he walks out. And he goes,
doesn't hurt.
and
Like,
his dad goes out to work on some fucking weird car from the fucking 60s.
But isn't it funny that we remember a lot of shit from back then, though?
I remember shit from way back when. I can't remember
Like a
what happened an
Dodge
hour
Freedom.
ago.
I can't remember what I did
Was
yesterday.
his dad works on a car called like a Dodge Freedom that he can never get to work.
Me and my pa used to work
Yeah.
on it. Like,
Yeah, and it still is not working to this day. And now the son is.
I'm damn in charge.
Now he's fucking working on the Dodge Freedom.
I said a 3.8.
This is something.
Yeah, good.
Grab me that beer.
Hell no.
He's four.
But
No,
hate
it's
to bring this shit up because I guess you know what I'm saying. It's really touching
No,
situation.
yeah, I forgot.
But I have to. It's because nobody really. It's something you can't just not
Yeah,
talk
that's
about.
true.
That's
true.
It really sucks.
It's funny that there's other
Because-
people that remember that back then with you like that. That's
Yeah,
just, you know.
that shit. It was so much other shit, but
I know.
the more sad situation is, of course, everybody already knows the whole Kobe situation, which I thought was a joke. You know what I'm saying?
I did too, because that was just so ridiculous.
It was just like
he
he died in a helicopter crash. Boom. It was just like, get the fuck out of here.
It's just been like,
bro, I refreshed my
Who the
fucking
fuck dies in
IG.
helicopter crashes is like the main thing.
And
if
it's
they
like,
would have said a plane crash, like
I'm
a
like,
private
okay.
jet, yeah, that happens.
They said very
Helicopter.
foggy conditions.
Is that what it is?
And a
I thought it was.
storm.
They said that they didn't properly fuel up or something like that.
No, this there's an actual whatever that alphabet agency goes through to inspect airplanes and shit.
Mhm.
They put out an actual video of like an advisor almost type dude explaining what they think it's like their investigation so far type shit. I'm trying to word it right.
No, I understand.
Yeah.
It's like somebody that does this shit, like investigates
Yeah.
plane crashes.
Yeah.
You know
Whatever
what
the
I'm saying? It's like-
FDAA or like whatever the
right.
you know,
It would be like
there's too many alphabet fucking
it would be like
organizations.
I'm making this shit up, like, but you'll get the idea, like a CSI of like airplanes, where he's like, I can, from seeing how this shit crashed, I can be like, oh,
He took a
this is
drone
probably
up.
what happened.
He took a
Boom,
drone
boom,
up
boom.
and he said that this is the terrain, and I don't know. Who knows, man? That shit might have been some bullshit too. That might have been their shit to cover their ass too.
But it's like either way, the shit is sad and that shit happened. Okay, and it's like I respect that 100%. But it's like I do not understand why people treated this man like he was like an icon. Like he's played basketball. He was really good. Don't get me wrong, but it's like now LeBron James philanthropy, Kobe's. You know what I'm saying? It's like
Kobe
more-
was starting to do
He
it.
was starting to. Don't get me
He was
wrong. And
doing
nothing's
really-
wrong with a late start at all. But I'm saying like, just I get it.
I just feel like
man,
people
but it's
felt like his mentality that he took the basketball was like people's mentality of just like you should just treat life that way, and I think
people say that, but
that's what touched
most
people.
motherfuckers that saying that are some bum ass niggas. So it's like
It just
you have
depends.
a mama mentality.
There's a lot of
you know what I'm saying, to where you like, oh no, mama mentality.
But see,
it's
with
like,
him, it's
you don't even have a
it's
job.
more
You know what I'm
world.
saying? Like you don't do anything.
But him,
like-
it's more worldwide. Like he knew 6 different languages.
Yeah, like
so
him-
he was in more affecting and different. He was just
different,
worldwide.
Yeah, right.
Like
right. He
his-
was an icon. Like,
Yeah, like his.
I do mean to say that he was, but
So-
it's like, I don't know.
So I think other people's like local perspective on it, it can be bothersome, especially for someone who understands. Like, I mean, we pretty much watch every year of him.
Mhm.
I would say I did
Just
because I didn't watch Jordan.
Right. Yeah.
I watched
That's how we
Jordans
started
on
watching it.
DVDs.
Yeah,
I used to
right,
have all the
right.
DVDs of Jordan.
Right. It was like, but by the time we actually was watching,
I never watched them like live, and when I did, I was probably 5, and
he
I
was like, either way, when he
young,
came back in the Wizards, it was not the same Michael Jordan. You know what I'm saying?
because I definitely remember being little as fuck, watching basketball games with my dad, and it's probably Jordan or the Cavs,
Mm-hmm.
because that's all that was
Right,
in the
yeah.
90s. Jordan or the Cavs.
Yeah, I will say that we are fucking spoiled in this NBA era. Is that there's so many other stars. You know what I'm saying, to watch other than just
Every
one
team has a
person.
star.
Yeah, you know what I'm
You
saying.
can turn on the
Like,
shittiest team
and be like, oh, who the fuck is this guy?
Yeah.
Oh shit, you know what I'm saying? I can watch this. Like,
hooping, putting up the same numbers as Bill Russell.
Do y'all
just got
have a-
drafted.
To that
do y'all
Doncic
have an
was
issue with the high scoring, or is that better? Y'all feel like for the NBA?
No,
'Cause
that's
that
way
shit's like-
better.
It's funner for the
That's the
viewer to
problem I have with
watch.
Football.
You said what?
That's the problem I have with football. It's just not enough scoring.
Shit, it would.
The
If
defense.
shit
a lot of people
follows
like
trends
defense
now,
too.
you probably eventually get back. Like give it like 2 or 3 more years.
It'll probably go back to
mad
high
offensive.
scoring.
You know what I'm saying? 'Cause
Yeah.
it's on that pivot of going that way. It's
Yeah,
'cause
it
you got
already
all
is. Everyone's
fucking
getting
track
lighter.
stars or
Yeah.
receivers, like, and
That's true.
your quarterback is like fucking play multi sports. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
Coming
yeah, I
into
seen.
it, like,
I was reading. I don't know anything about football, but what team does that kid? What's his name? Patrick Mahomes, the quarterback. They made like a 40-point fucking run to come back in the playoffs.
yeah,
and win their
dude is
game.
exciting to watch.
That's
I can't
crazy.
cap. Dude is
That's-
very exciting to
That's
watch.
to me. That's almost unbelievable to hear in like football. 40 points.
He scores like basketball. He scores in like 20 seconds. You know what I'm saying? Like, the
Oh
whole
shit!
field,
Oh, he
like,
running. And
Come
gunning.
on, Baker. This should have been you, Bakey. What's up?
Man, he's questionable for me, man. Like, he's questionable, but the whole thing with the Kobe thing too is like, do y'all really feel like he should have done the logo of the NBA because he died? I
don't think because he died.
He should have been changed the logo.
That's what I was gonna
Jerry.
say.
I
I
don't
don't think
like,
it
I don't-
should.
yeah,
I don't know if it was supposed to be Kobe,
But Jordan couldn't
That's
do
how
it.
but not Jerry
like-
West anymore. Like we're
Yeah,
past
anybody. Like,
That makes a lot of sense.
Bill
That
Russell.
that
anybody,
Kobe
like,
would look
anybody.
good on it, though. I feel like Kobe's logo would look dope. on
It would. I'm not saying that it wouldn't, but there's so many other people you overlook by being like, because and that's not to say that it's fucked up. It's just by default. Does he just?
It's
did
just
it
he
because
left
he died?
back.
And
He
it's
left
like,
back a crazy, a crazy part in people's lives. It's just like, I'm still fucking.
The thing about like if you put like Kobe's logo up there though, Kobe's associated with Nike, so now it's like almost like Nike owns the NBA. So I don't think they're gonna do that because they're like Kobe, Nike. Then it looks like every jersey is like, you know what I'm saying? They're gonna probably
Yeah,
sponsor
that's
it.
true.
Same thing.
Well,
like if it was
yeah.
Jordan too, they're gonna be like, Jordan.
Yeah,
Well, that
Jordan
they didn't.
used
Yeah,
it.
that's why Jordan didn't do it because he was gonna lose all rights
Oh yeah.
to like that logo for real to the
Yeah.
NBA. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you can't have like a player of today doing it
because everybody's like sponsored. and
Yeah.
shit. It's like that kind of conflicts with my contract
with
you know what I'm saying? Yeah,
with
like,
the business of the NBA.
It's like,
'Cause Adidas
All the
gonna be like,
lawyers and
"Oh, okay,
advisors
so-
are like, no, we're not gonna.
yeah.
We're not doing
Adidas
that.
gonna look at that and be like, oh, so you just
Fuck,
okay,
screwed
fuck
their
us,
family.
right? Yeah.
Right, yeah, pretty much.
Screwed
Yeah,
the
it's just
state.
like, yeah, that's fucked up. Yeah, like I don't. That's
I don't
that's-
think I don't think the NBA will do it. It's all rumor and shit, anyways. People just
Just to
Yeah.
make
they're
people-
petitioning and shit.
But
I
then-
mean, they could do a lot more than just the logo.
Okay, and then on top of that,
They
too,
could do it.
You got
The trophy, the Larry O'Brien trophy,
Right.
or something. You could do the
Yeah.
All Star.
They could
Right.
give
He
Kobe
won the
a
most
day
All-Star-
in basketball,
Right.
Kobe Day, you know what I'm saying,
Right.
and design jersey. I mean, they did it for the fucking guy that announced. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? What was his name? The guy that used to wear the crazy suits.
Is that Kevin Harlan?
No.
No, that's
Oh,
that's
No,
What was his name?
I know who you're talking about.
He died, right?
Yeah,
he died.
recently, like a couple years ago. or
Yeah.
something.
But yeah, they wear socks
I know
and
what
shit
you're
to
talking about.
honor him. Sometimes the jerseys incorporate him. You could definitely
Craig
do that for Kobe.
Craig Sager.
Yeah,
Craig
Craig Sager.
Craig
Yeah.
Sager.
Have a Mamba Day, you know what I'm saying? Have all the jerseys be snakeskin or something.
Right, or purple.
They could
like,
do it.
some type of purple. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like shit, y'all done it before with blackout like jerseys
Yeah.
and shit.
But I definitely think that he should be remembered. That dude's a fucking ox.
Would you think it'd be?
I hate the
confusing?
fact that people keep bringing up like, oh, didn't he rape a bitch? It's like, maybe he did, maybe he didn't. I don't know, but like that's.
You know how-
I
you know how- I don't
like,
think
not
he
right
did.
now, regardless. Like, is this?
I don't know. I'm
right
not gonna
now
say
to
he
bring
did.
this shit up?
because I
There's
don't
no
know
evidence
Kobe.
at the time. I remember when that shit went down.
Either way,
It was
it's like-
another
This is
another
not
white
the
chick
time.
trying to
It's like-
fucking.
I seen somewhere.
Ari
where it was like-
Shafir did that, didn't
Yeah.
he?
I seen that.
That
shit,
was fucking hideous to me.
Yeah.
I was like, dude,
He said that they should.
he's never liked Kobe though.
Yeah, but he
You
said
gotta know when to chill. Though.
he said we
Even
should
his
give
friends
the
were
guy because I guess they were saying at the time that it was a fueling problem. He said that the guy that forgot to properly fuel the helicopter should be given a trophy because fuck Kobe. Like it was just fuck Kobe everything. And my thing is, you could feel that way, that's fine, but like. Don't be like, oh, thank God that guy forgot to fuel the helicopter because Kobe didn't just die.
Yeah, it was
Fuck
like a
Kobe,
bunch
bro.
of
It was
kids
kids
did
on
it,
there. I don't
like,
give a fuck about Kobe.
his
It was
daughter
kids
and
on there,
shit.
bro.
And that was the part that was sad, like more sad to me as a parent. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like, damn, that shit was
That's
like,
terrible.
Ooh, like, but
And people were like, oh, Kobe had to look at his daughter. Bro, there was a mom and dad on there that had
the
to
whole
look at their
fucking
daughter.
family,
Yeah.
everybody that was on there, a
You know
pilot.
what
That's
I'm
like,
saying?
damn, like I'm
Yeah,
not even with
we're
my
going
family.
down.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like at least they're like, well, shit, I'm with somebody I love. I'm not saying it makes
That's
it
a
feel
horrible
better.
situation
It's
for
horrible, but
everybody, bro.
it's like, but at the same time, it's just like, damn, there's way more people on that plane. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like,
and the pilot, that's the thing, too, is I'm sure the pilot, like, knew, like, ooh, guys, this isn't looking good. I don't
and it's
think I
like,
can
when do
land
you
this
turn
bitch.
around and look at a bunch of kids and be like, you about to die? You know what I'm saying? Like, when? You know what I'm saying? You just sitting there and be like,
No, you
what do
gotta...
you say? Because you can't be like, everything's good. Like, no, you.
I got you.
Yeah.
We're going down.
Because then you go investigate, you be like, wait,
Yeah.
what? Huh? What does
Yeah.
it mean? Like, I
Yeah.
mean,
Is he joking? That would be that's fucked up. That like my mind is so.
But in a
warped that
helicopter,
the
you're
pilot tells me-
you're close to the
Yeah.
cockpit. It's all you could see.
I mean, but then
everything,
again,
so
with that many people, it's probably way bigger than what we thought.
Yeah.
Like, because
9 people.
then 9 people.
It's
nine
probably
people,
a lot.
two.
and that wasn't. I'm pretty sure the pilot wouldn't be like 9, and that's like I'm barely shutting the door. Like, nah,
No,
there's plenty of room. Like,
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
like,
yeah,
it's-
They're not doing.
Yeah,
they're
he's not
flying
gonna
like
risk
that.
it. Yeah,
they're not
it's be
flying
like-
Honda Civics.
Yeah, you know what I mean. Like,
it's not.
so it's
That's
like
not
I'm
a
pretty
fucking
sure
thing,
it's probably
yeah.
pretty spacious. And it's probably a big enough area where they probably not even buy
That
the.
shit is terrible, man.
And then again, this is a basketball player where this shit probably luxury as hell. He's 6 what? You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
so pretty sure he's flown in that shit before, so it's probably very big on the inside. Like
That shit's just
Damn, man, I'm sick. Like they didn't have no
it's just
parachutes on
nothing.
board.
That's the part where I was like, nothing.
I mean,
Like,
I don't think Kobe knows how to work a parachute, but like, damn,
you
I'd
an
still
athlete,
rather. work
I'd give
a
you a
guy.
chance.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like you'll find some way to
We'll
make
figure
it
it
be
out.
like shit. I'm a fuck it, because even if you
Yeah.
open that bitch immediately, you just gotta hold on. You'll be
Yeah.
all right. Like,
Yeah.
but it sucks because somebody still wouldn't have made it. I'm sorry.
Or
Like,
even, are
somebody-
they even high enough? Because I do, you know what I'm saying? If they were flying from place to place, were they even flying high enough
I'd
for
take
him
my
to be able to
chances.
deploy
You know what I'm
a
saying?
parachute?
I'd take my
I don't
chances.
even, but
Man, do you?
Yeah,
man,
it's
do you
like-
want to jump out of a helicopter or
Yeah.
blow up in it? There's a question for you because
Die or
I don't
die.
think I'm jumping.
You know what I'm saying? Like, because
Yeah, it is die or die, but like when you think about it though, think about how low helicopters fly.
Mhm.
You're gonna jump out, go like this, and your parachute's just gonna collapse in and you're just gonna fall to the earth.
true.
What's scarier?
That's what I'm saying. Like, to me, I don't know, man. I
Because you're
think,
falling from like skyscraper.
I think in
height.
my
Now you-
in my flight or fright situation, I think I'm gonna jump. You know what I'm saying? Just because I'm just that scared. You know what I'm
Whoa.
saying? Where it's
you're
like,
gonna get
out
scared
of
to
fear. You know
jump,
what I'm saying?
bro.
Like, because
You're adrenaline.
it's either that or
fuck that.
it's
bruh.
either that or
I'm gonna get scared to do
Like-
one of these.
because it's like.
And he said, "I'm gonna jump." He gonna jump without the parachute. He just, he just about to jump out, bro, and see what happens.
Yes, I would. Honestly, I would, because I feel like I know my fate if I just stay here. You know what I'm saying? If I
Yeah.
just be like, brace myself.
Or
Like,
you
you know what
jump,
I'm saying?
like
Like-
it's like Mayday, Mayday. You jump and then he's like, "Oh shit, I got it under control."
I'm like, damn.
I guess it was just the extra weight that was fucking us up. That'd be
Ah, we
fucking.
was over 225 pounds.
Like
even
exactly,
Like,
bro. God damn, bro.
oh man.
Oh, man.
Damn. That's we found some way to make that funny. But anyways.
Got to and sit there and be sad about some shit.
But yeah, I don't know.
It's
Like,
what do you think about this coronavirus shit?
I think it's a fucking
That's
jerking
a
my
fluke.
chain.
One,
That's a fluke, man.
Fucking
That's
chain.
the
No, I don't know.
Did you look up the symptoms?
Yeah, it's always the same shit.
It's-
Runny nose, you get coffee, you
Dude, no, that's the thing though. Like, you
They
know
just
what
keep
I'm
coming
saying?
out with more vaccines.
They keep making it sound like fucking Ebola. It's just
And
fucking
it's always
body
around
aches
fucking
and
election
fucking-
time and shit. It's always around all this politics shit, and then it's always like, okay, once we get what we want, boom, all of a sudden, what? Coronavirus? What the fuck you guys talking about? It's like, what?
And then I
Like-
see, because then I got mad and I was like, all right, I'm hearing about this too much, and I'm not.
But what
about
if
to
it
speak
does?
blindly.
What if it does increase though?
I mean,
It could. Here's the
population
thing.
fucking control.
This is
If
the
it
thing.
did.
I looked into the numbers.
Population
Do you know the
control. It's in
mortality?
China. No.
You guys know the mortality of coronavirus?
What's up?
Do you know the mortality of corona? How
That's
many
funny.
people it's killed? 270 people in China.
Yeah.
Is that really a lot? The
Not
first
for
discovery of
Not for
coronavirus
China.
was
I
December
tried to find a
12th.
percentage of the. I was just like,
Not for
yeah, it's
China.
very small.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
December
Like,
12th was the first case that they found a coronavirus.
People die from the flu every year.
Yeah,
So it's like
people
what do you-
die from cancer every
Yeah.
day.
and it's like, what the fuck are you gonna?
It's
If it
medium.
would have killed 270
blow
people of a small village, I would have been like, oh shit. It would have looked a little bit more
Yeah.
I feel
alarming.
like the biggest issue.
270 people to China?
Right.
Would we lose one scientist?
Right.
Maybe.
Just like with that Ebola shit, it was like, come on, bro.
But
You
who
know what
knows
I'm
the
saying?
background to that shit? Maybe there's some type of vaccine that they or some type of maybe it's chemical warfare, maybe,
Testing shit out.
biological warfare.
I know that the biggest fear, I believe, for coronavirus is that they don't have a vaccine for it yet. So they're like,
there's no way to make money.
People are just going to keep getting sick, and we can't cure them, and that's possible, but bullshit. Because y'all niggas have the cure for fucking cancer.
To make money.
If you have the cure for cancer, you have a fucking cure for the virus.
That's probably what.
Don't tell me. Oh, it just came out of nowhere. Really?
Think about
Exactly
the
like
virus.
fucking AIDS. What monkey fucked what dude to the world was like, okay.
It gets deeper.
AIDS. No.
I start watching this fucking video, right, about corona, and like, there's doctors all over the world scrambling to find a vaccine, right? It's like this thing that they're like, if they find it, you know what I'm saying? It's like you get this fucking prize, like, so all the doctors are it's a fucking game.
Yeah.
It's a fucking game show. Who can figure out the vaccine first? So they're all scrambling, right? And then the one dude's explaining it that he's like, how about instead of finding the cure for corona, we find the cure for the flu? And I'm like, bitch, we have that. We have the cure for fucking cancer and AIDS, motherfucker. I know you got the cure for the flu back there. Cut it the fuck out. No, then he goes, so my idea is if we inject you with a little bit of all the known flu viruses, maybe that would be able to fight off. And
maybe.
You're going to create a super flu, bitch.
Are you fucking weird?
Are you stupid? Dude, I'm not getting injected. So he goes.
They're playing with shit, man.
Yeah,
they're playing with all this shit.
They're playing
Testing
God is
shit.
what they're doing.
That shit is called being in practice for a reason. They don't ever really get.
It only gets
So the big
crazier.
game for this guy, right, is he has the idea now, right? Obviously, it's easy to obtain all those vaccines. His thing is, how does he mix them all together without creating a super virus? He's like, because people don't want to get 10 flu shots at once. That's fucking insane.
You start by
Nobody's
not
gonna
doing
do
it. You know what I'm saying? Like, the fuck?
So
then they pressure you.
So he's trying to concoct a fucking flu vaccination of all the flus. And he's teaching this shit to kids. And they're sitting there like, you can tell it's like 4 teenage kids. You can tell they're a part of some kind of special program that lets them in to have a one-on-one with a fucking doctor. Yeah. And it's like, bro, don't fucking teach. You're like a fucking mad scientist, but you're playing it cool.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's fucking psychotic, bro.
You just brainwashing them at an early ass age where they're just like, oh, this is perfectly just
this is normal. Science. This is like, what we do.
This is
what we do.
Pseudoscience. Yeah, like no, what the fuck? Like this is dark. Like fuck. Like
they're putting their interpretation in it and shit and making it this fucking cult like.
Yeah. Or telling you that it'll be good for the human race, and then motherfuckers really dropping.
If a couple 100,000 people die, what's the big deal at the end? It's like no.
So they were probably doing this 50 years ago.
Man,
so they're probably
50
years in it
for at least 50.
That's what I'm saying. They're probably
for the right time.
Yeah.
Like, be like,
there's that one.
It's
gonna make another one like swine.
Man, they just keep on. That's what I'm saying. All of this new shit.
Dude, and I had swine flu. I had
swine
swine flu when I was 14, untreated for a week and a half. I survived off Gatorade and Halls.
You had it?
I had fucking swine flu. Yeah, I had to go to like the children's hospital.
No shit.
Yeah,
when that happened, I remember that
apple
shit.
juice.
That was a while ago.
Dude, I remember when I got there, right? Because they were asking my mom like, how long has he been sick? She was like, yeah. She was like, but I just think it's the flu. She was like, he just has flu symptoms. But they were like extreme because like I couldn't move really. I didn't shower for a week. So it was like don't get me wrong, swine was bad. It was the flu times 10. But a 14-year-old body survived it on Gatorade.
Right.
Corona's not going to kill you. They're not telling you of those 270, how many of those people are old, babies, all that shit. Yeah. Like, all those things come into effect. They might have cancer or AIDS, so they already had low blood cells, bad immune systems. It's like,
then again, they already live in China where they breathe smog every day. So it's like they can't.
They're
trying to be fucked up.
That was another scare tactic that they did. They're panning over to all the Chinese people. Oh my God, look at them. They're all wearing masks.
Whoever's selling those masks.
They always wear the masks.
They always wear
so that's going to look fucking crazy no matter what's going on.
So they just use that image.
Yeah, if you like, you went there at any time of the year.
The wow factor. But that's the type of game. That's what they do.
You go to China and tell them 175 people died. They're like, oh, finally I can stretch my legs. You know what I'm saying? Like, all right. Like,
China's over here laughing at us.
Like, they're like, oh,
coronavirus.
Okay? Like,
did you see how fast they built that hospital?
Who knows?
Because it's like a million of them.
Did you see that shit though?
That's $1 million. That's a
They
understandable.
ran out of
They
hospital
built quick,
space
though.
because of all
They
the
fucking
corona
quick.
patients. Because there's a lot of people infected with it. I think they said that it's up to like 5,000 right now, and it's growing, which is scary.
Yeah.
But we had, bro. Do you remember 2 weeks ago? Everybody in Lorraine got the flu. We all got sick as fuck. Oh, everybody I know got sick. Everybody at work we got sick. Everybody in my house got sick.
That
We
shit
were all
just goes.
sick.
It's just the
It's
time.
just the flu,
it's the
bro.
time
People
of the
just
year.
get
It's
sick.
just
The flu back.
But yeah, dude, China, they ran out of hospital space in the city. Bro, they started construction on a Saturday. They had 40 cranes in one site,
Yeah,
bro,
great.
working.
They
They
sent
said
the whole thing out.
They
yeah.
look to have this done by the end of the week, and they did.
Damn.
Bro, you built a hospital in a week?
I mean, I want to check the integrity of it.
Oh, no. I said the same
If
thing.
they
I said, I
got
wonder how
40
advanced that is.
cranes, though,
Yeah,
if they got 40 cranes,
40
all,
cranes.
and
That's
they
a lot of
all know
manpower,
what they're
that's so
fucking
big.
doing and they have it mapped out, I could see them doing that
Yeah.
shit.
I
Because they
worked
don't,
overnight.
they don't put up so much anymore because they got so many vacant
Yeah.
buildings and like abandoned cities and
Yeah.
shit, dude. Like, it's crazy.
They got it done, though. But yeah, I don't think it's something that's the most high tech. It's just probably
Yeah, I'm
bed.
like,
it's
it's
probably just
basic,
rooms and
yeah.
beds
Okay,
and
yeah.
heat, electricity, water, then
To
Who
be
knows?
vacant
Look,
again.
look it up, shit.
yeah, I know, right?
To be vacant one day again and just be like, oh yeah, that was just for whenever that shit come back. Like, you know what I'm saying? We just gonna have to do that motherfucker. Like, but
That bitch probably got fucking Apple TVs everywhere or some shit.
Ain't no telling. But then again, can't they not get Apple products or some
Nah,
wild
nah,
shit
I
like
was
that
just
over
talking
there?
shit,
Yeah,
man.
like some wild shit.
No,
like
yeah,
that.
no, it's called Noway or something like that, or
Mhm.
it's their version of
Okay.
like Google everything like that.
Oh yeah, because they have a fucking Fidel Castro leader over there.
Communist.
Yeah. But yeah, then from that shit led me to this other thing that I was watching about this doctor in a small town. She's the only doctor in this town of like 10,000 people. It's so bad that she
Oh.
lives in the hospital. She
Oh.
literally works 24 hours, 7 days a week. Her
What?
husband, like they sleep in a hospital bed. Like it's like a nice hospital bed, but they sleep in a hospital bed tucked away in the back of the hospital. They have a couple rooms to themselves.
And how much money are they making? Can't be that much.
How good is her pussy? Is that you like, hey, I gotta stay through all of this? She's just constantly like, yep, that's a patient. You don't know. She's just like, yep, that's my patient. Gotta go. You know what I'm saying? All right,
Bro,
all right,
you're
all right.
just constantly in a
this is just
hospital.
like,
Dude, could you imagine the
the
same?
germs,
Bro, not just
the
that. Like,
sickness.
how do you feel? You wake
have you
up,
had a
dude,
home cooked meal?
bro.
Like, ever? Like,
You're probably living off like hot plates and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I doubt they have like a real stove. They probably wash their clothes with like the other. You know what I'm
But
saying? Like
on
the
the other
patient's
side,
clothes and shit.
other side though, it could be not that bad because she's gotta be rich as shit. So it's like
Well, she's a
10,000
doctor,
people.
so
Yeah,
I'm sure
so-
she's making
and
But
she's
money.
the
that's
only
why I
doctor.
asked, because in China, what are they paying out for a local doctor?
Oh,
like
she's
that?
Chinese?
No, this
Oh.
is in America.
Oh yeah.
Oh, this is in
Yeah,
America.
this is-
Where at in
America.
America?
Oklahoma.
Oh, she's gotta
shit.
be like, oh, this is by choice. I'm doing this.
Yeah.
It's like, okay,
She's
okay.
racking
It's
up.
choice.
I thought
She said
that it was
her
like she was so
dream.
broke like that. It was like I'm
Oh,
not
she's
broke.
right.
Like, so
She's
like,
just driven.
No,
right
yeah,
now.
that's exactly
She's
what it is.
just-
She said so there's like a thing that like you don't think about, but like, oh shit, yeah, there has to be doctors. I guess it's a thing in like the doctor community. Every once in a while, there will be that one that's like, I want to run a small town. I guess there's a few of her with, you know what I'm saying, like throughout every state. And like, they're all like, ugh, like just go be a normal doctor. She was like, but if we all just went to major cities and been doctors, all these small town people, when they get sick, they just die. So she was like, I just take it upon myself. I just feel like I have to take care of these people. I grew up here.
Mhm.
So
Yeah, you got
she
special
just-
I looked that up too.
Yeah,
Oklahoma,
special
like,
place
in that
there.
area.
Yeah.
It's like very like you get the most for your dollar, basically. Like your cost of living
It
is
looked like a
very low.
shithole.
You know what I'm saying? And like what you get paid is very high. You know,
Yeah.
like so she's probably like a high end getting paid, and it's probably still
Well, she
cheap. for
probably
them.
doesn't
You
have
know,
any
like,
bills either because
Right.
living in the
It's
hospital.
like shit. You You don't pay for anything. That's
Just
what
Yeah,
the city.
they
Like,
probably
it
just
is,
got
like,
a nice ass.
She got a flip phone. Like
He over there taking that money and buying fucking escorts and shit.
Hey, I'm
bro.
like,
Golly.
gotta even get prostitutes.
Yeah, he leaving every
Nah,
once in a
that'd
while,
be
sliding
great.
to
I'd like-
Oklahoma City, go pick up a toot. You know what I'm saying?
Go catch the game.
Yeah.
Come back.
All right, back to the hospital.
Drunk as fuck, taking care of patients and
Like,
shit.
baby, you about to take a horse.
He walked, bro. He
Wow.
taking off his shoe, bro. This man is getting undressed at the hospital door. Like, hey, this patient walking around. He like,
Hey, Bill. Like, hey.
how you doing? He come over. How you doing, baby? She over here taking blood work and shit.
He just passes out.
Yeah,
he's a fucking
he's stretching his toes out and shit. Like, damn, man.
Hit me with that IV, baby. Like, it was a long night. Like, wake me up
shit.
in the morning. Like,
Ugh.
oh, shit.
And then, oh man, I don't know. It was just like the room just looked cold from the video.
all hospitals.
Yeah, it just looked cold. I was like, man, that just looks so uncomfortable. Bro, it was like the most odd time too. They just start recording. It's like 3:43 in the morning.
Yeah,
she gets the
that's-
phone call for a patient. She's like, all right, gives him a
night
kiss.
shift.
She put her hair in a bun.
Hell.
Bro, she was literally sleeping in uniform. You can tell she cannot get
That's
a
what I'm
decent
saying,
shower.
like,
in.
germs and
Yeah,
shit,
that's
like, that
nasty.
shit is
Yeah.
not-
Bro, you
Because I
have
get
a team
mad
with
now when
every
somebody
system?
sleep. Because my man, I'm
That's
yelling
a
at my
tough
girl
dude,
like, yo,
man.
no,
He gotta
no.
really love her because that's a lot of bullshit to put up with.
They probably
The
been
money
together
gotta
since
be
she was
good.
like,
She
Yeah.
got some Febreze
Yeah,
and
the box gotta be
sanitizers and shit. It's still not enough.
no,
Damn, man.
Somebody
my-
can just look at you and throw up. You're like, all right, I'm gonna check
Oh.
that real quick.
Yeah.
Like, man,
and
hell
then
no.
I'll be
Like,
back, baby.
everywhere.
Come on, like, no, don't come back.
It's a nice hospital.
No,
This
No.
little shit like that is
the
like if
hospital
they got
looked
like
outdated as
Just
fuck.
some Oklahoma shit.
Yeah,
like
it-
some,
dude, it was. I mean, it's a small town. Think about
Yeah.
Oklahoma. Oklahoma isn't the most
Already
popular city
sketchy.
either.
Yeah.
It's a small town in Oklahoma.
It's like an outskirt.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
Like
then
this-
if it's like a real hospital floor,
It
imagine
was-
like little small shit. If, like waking up in the morning, you can never walk around without socks and shoes. Like
Yeah, you
it's
don't
just
want
always
to.
is. It's
Yeah.
always like ugh, like even though it's just your area that you in, it's like hospital floors. I'm cool. Like some
You
point
gotta
in
keep a
time,
pair of
yeah,
sandals next
like,
to the bed so you can slide them on real quick and go to the bathroom.
Yeah,
Your
like
toilet
jail.
is an industrial toilet that when you flush it goes whoosh.
Yeah,
One of those ones you can
splashing
kill
on you.
yourself with.
Yeah, you just pissed off now because it woke you up. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? Why you just like I'm just gonna stay up.
Or maybe some patient just wanders off into your end of the hospital just being fucking noisy or something and you're like, bruh.
oh man, like hell no.
That shit, also, that's scary.
I just don't know.
Yeah.
To when people are dying and shit. She's the only one that works there.
Yeah.
She's lost somebody. Like she can't just be like, save them all. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like one person, have kids, something, do something, hire. Like I feel like that's just not safe at all. To be like,
Yeah.
I will work at any time of the day. It's like, do you realize it's 4 a.m? You know what I'm saying? You off of 3 hours of sleep, and this dude is like a collapsed lung. You just like, well, let me show that. You know what I'm saying? Like, wow, and then, whoa, you got this, you got this, you got this. Like,
He's not gonna die. He's not gonna die. He's not gonna die. He's just there like,
Damn.
are you sure you're ready for this?
she's like, oh man, like, let me just get up there with you real quick and take a quick nap. Like,
She probably smells fucking pneumonia all the time to keep herself awake. Just give herself a little. Ooh.
coke too.
Yeah.
It seems like a very cokey area. You can get
Oh,
coke.
well, yeah. I mean, she's a doctor. She probably can get a hold of like some Adderall if she needs it or something. A
She
little
writes
quick
herself
pick me up.
scripts, yeah.
Yeah. Who's gonna say something?
Or her
She's the only
husband's
fucking
like
doctor.
a fucking like drug dealer, and that's probably where the relationship started.
Wow, that was extreme. This just turned into an episode of Weeds.
Is there a blue letter there? Did I drop my shit? Right here. Right under your leg.
But yeah, man.
Nice. Yeah, fucking we were talking about ER or something. I don't know what the fuck. we was
Yeah,
talking
that.
That's a well seasoned hospital though.
Yeah,
That's the way you make it explain. That's like
Man. Yeah,
That's
it was,
terrible.
if I'm not mistaken, it might have been on Netflix. I'm gonna find it and I'll shoot you the
That's
link.
terrible.
It was It was bad.
Yeah, that's terrible. Cause like, y'all ever see that episode of like the cheapest person alive, where the dude was like taking a shower? He had like, man, it was terrible. It made me cringe, man. This is old. This is an old ass video. It was like this black couple, and it was bad, man.
They was doing what?
They had to first off, they had to take their lamp, the light bulb, with them in every room. Like, so when he woke up, this dude was like, you know what I'm saying, would get up, take the light out of the lamp.
Wait, is this the one with the dude, the chunky dude?
Yeah.
Oh man, where he was like just trying to like watch TV and like she would make him keep the lights off.
Man,
and, like, she like didn't she like boil the pasta noodles in the dishwasher?
And that's how they shower.
That's
That's how he showers. So.
And I'm just like, whoa.
I remember seeing that wild ass shit.
Like, that's just like some shit where it's like, enough is enough, goddammit. I'm out of here. Like,
she got him.
You know what it was?
Spell.
Yeah, no. You know what it was?
voodoo
She
shit
looked a
going on,
little
man.
bit. She looked all right, and like he was a little bit of a chunkier dude, so you could tell he was just willing to put up with whatever and be with her.
it took.
Nah, fuck all
That's
that.
love.
Fuck that.
That's
nigga.
love, player. She over here fucking.
and then she like, well,
Probably.
Now
like,
she
this
even
nigga
more
let me do
famous.
whatever over here.
Yeah.
It's like, you told me not to.
Yeah,
Like,
all the money that she's
Now she
saving
viral.
with all the bullshit that she does, she goes and gives it to some nigga who don't
and
got a
like,
job.
what?
Yeah.
Like, man.
He over there can't turn on a light.
Like, cause Daytwan gonna need that money.
He said if I give him the taxes that he was going to.
Oh my god.
I seen a meme somewhere and it made so much sense that it was just like, I couldn't laugh. It was like, well, why would he ask to flip the money if he already had it? And I'm like, well, that makes a lot of fucking sense. Like, or anybody that says that, like, well, if you give me 3 bands, I can turn it into 5.
Oh, man, that's
Why are
just-
you asking me? You know what I'm saying? Like, even if it's the promotional people, you give me this, and it's like, well, you the one that got the money already. Like,
Yeah.
what the fuck are you asking me for? Like, man, I've heard people being gullible enough to be like, let me see, man. Here's this account information, and then being like, oh, it didn't work. You know what I'm saying? Or get some illegal ass check.
Before we
shit never
get out of
works.
here, we got a couple minutes left.
Yeah.
Do you want to play some of your shit? You guys won't be able to see it, but you'll be able to hear it. So go ahead, man. Put something on for us, man. Get us hit.
Alright.
Put on your hottest shit, bro. Whatever you think is your hottest song.
Whatever I think.
Yeah. While we wait for that, I'm gonna rub my own legs.
See, I like some of my newer shit.
Dude, I was editing that episode the other day. It's fucking mean. We were saying a lot of mean shit.
Which one was you?
I'm gonna just tell you. I just
shit
like
about
this
rubbing my
song.
legs.
Oh.
More money, more problems. Go ahead, man. Get us hip.
Yeah, either this one or it depends. What do you
Go,
guys?
you playing both?
What do you want to listen to?
Whichever one you think.
We'll
is
go.
better.
We'll go with this one and then we'll do that one.
Okay.
That's cool.
This is Mo Money, Mo
Yeah,
Problems
this
by
is like-
AR-216.
This is just some shit that I was going through at the time. It makes it in context. I can tell you how bad it was sometimes.
I got more money, more problems. I get that money, no problem. Ain't no I come from the bottom. I'm not with the gossip. Little homie trying to boss up. Crucify me when we crossed up. Didn't know me, man, I lost touch. Now I'm here trying to go up. Didn't I tell you before? Look, I don't want you no more. It's time to even the score. You said I never swim short. Hard to think that I made it and make it the way I did. I'm just so glad I can say I did. Took my whole life and upgraded it. I got more money, more problems. Some things that money can't solve them. Now these girls want me and cause want me locked up over this little debacle. Shout out to music video, that shit went viral. Probably living in Ohio. White folk get fucking with the culture. Now they put a little nigga on trial. I could give a fuck about him. I could give a fuck about him. I stand strong like a pillar of column. I shoot it out like McCollum. Call me what you want, but bro, you can't call him. Through other shows in the trauma. I just stay hot like a sauna. I'ma stay sharp like a katana. I got more money, more problems. I get that money, no problem. I got more money, more
I'll give you
problems.
an
I get
air
that money,
horn
no
if I had
problem. no problems. I get that money, no problem. I got my money, no problems. I get that money, no problem. Yeah, I give a fuck about them. I can give a fuck about them. Yeah, I give a shit about them. I give a damn about them. I stand strong like a pillar of column. I shoot them out like McCollum. I stand strong like a pillar of column. I shoot them out like McCollum. Fucking with bitches that get it though. I do this all for residuals. You know young nigga gon' get it though. I need 6 figures and minimal. I got a list of hoes, but they all typical. This moment like this so critical. Just buy the house, get it physical. You can get that shit on digital. I am not perish my pinnacle. I rap that this shit's habitual. My spirit isn't invisible, but I'm on weed is medicinal. These niggas not so predictable. All of my shit is original. I see the courts, municipal, and the jail's inevitable. All of these rappers ain't credible. I eat these rappers, they edible. I got more money, more problems. I get that money, no problem. Something that money can't solve them. I take a pill and dissolve them. I make the killer resolve them. I just tell them call. I think the world gon' revolve. I can't control, I can't pause them. But I pick and choose the toss. So just know a young nigga boss up. I'ma keep moving with caution. So my soul is not an option. Going broke is not an option. Alienated emotion. Feel like the greatest is awesome. I found myself as a lost one. This for the niggas who cross them. This for the bitches who cross them. You agree that I'm awesome. You agree that I'm awesome. I got more money, more problems. I get that money, no problem. I got more money, more problems. I get that money, no problem.
Yeah, that one. I fucked with it. I rushed it. I put it out real quick as soon as I did it type shit. I wanted to give back to the fans, so I kind of like did a status and shit. Got a bunch of likes and shit, so I put it out. I went straight to the studio. I was feeling motivated, so I went there and
Put this shit. Yeah, that shit all in your shit.
But yeah, that's that one.
That was Mo Money, Mo
Mo
Problems.
money, mo problems.
AR-216.
And then
You want to play the other
and
one
then
for
this
us?
one. This one's less like.
I think this is the one I sent you.
Yeah. This is She Says She Loves Me. I'll link them down below in the description.
She said she loved me. Why can't she love me now? I feel she trusts me. Shot like an AP, she wants it down. She looking so lovely. Trying to see what all the fuss about. I think she drugged me. I'm trapped in a place only us alive. She said she loved me. Why can't she love me now? I feel she trusts me. Shot like an AP,
It's more like a kind of like a story. The first like verse, second.
I can't reconquer what I came before. I'ma tell you the truth, I won't shame her for it. We're singing this shit and she made me fun. We chilled a few times, I was waiting for her. All them nights out, I was paying for her. But nothing perfect, nothing stays immortal. She said all I do was all they was torture. That he was lucky, so it saved me scored. Little I know that my girl is married. All them skeletons she thought was buried. Had me no sleeping and thought was scary. How she gon' grieve and she's awful daring. I kinda like that the austerity, shit like a parody. Then the nigga tell me that he gon' bury me. And then apparently, I held my girl high so she has it. I know the severity. Until I get some clarity, I never seen this coming when you undressing before my eyes. The nigga she married like 45. And she can't escape if she's so decide. But I can't relate cause I'm so damn tired of all them lies. Once I saw them thighs, shit I went all in like a suicide. So many of these bitches desensitized. Ay, I'm counting these digits, I'm counting residuals, physicals. Can't fuck with no hoes who don't get it though. Or if I know a nigga who done hit it though. Ay, she poison no antidote. I bought on her like it's Amber Rose. My black head yeah like a fashion show. Ay, I'm 216 with a friend no love me. Why can't she love me now? I feel she trusts me.
Kinda like that shit. That shit was about the hostage and shit. That shit really happened to someone I know. Like type shit. But that's not me in that driver's seat as the guy. That was a buddy of mine. I was so inspired by that story. It just happened, and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna make kind of like it's still here.
She gotta get out cause what's mine is mine. She never was, but why she so possessive? Almost as if cheating was her obsession. Almost as if she was getting some adrenaline. I was
She was there the whole time. I came straight here, straight from a haircut. Oh, it's from the scarf.
That's why I didn't point it out.
Oh,
I didn't want to point it out.
Damn.
You're good. Nobody's even see that shit.
I don't even know why I still got this bitch on. I was covering up some tattoos. Nah, that'd be crazy. Just all That's crazy. That's funny.
That was She Said She Loved Me by AR-216.
I think there's one more verse. It might be.
Yeah, I think it's
She want me and showing it's evident how she moving so damn elegant. How she choosing so confusing and prevalent. Got me thinking what the hell's the benefit? I cannot trust someone, I'm a pessimist. I won't settle for less than what less. She say she love me. Why did she love me?
That's you. She said she loves music. Yeah, I own the beat. I own the lyrics. So I get 200 on BMI. I get full rights. So every stream, every view, everything counts for real. So I appreciate you guys checking more music out. My SoundCloud is out. You can find everything on
Can we
Google.
use Mo Money, Mo Problems as our intro song for this
episode?
episode?
For sure.
Okay.
And just put it up a little bit because it's
Yeah.
kind of dark. It's kind of like, you gotta like really kind of hear it. But yeah, no, I like that one. I was going through some shit, real shit. I was going through some crazy shit. But yeah, trying to find the positive in all of it. So I was like, you know what, let's just make a song and kind of just air it out, you know.
Yeah, man, go check him out, man. Go support AR-216, man. I definitely liked Mo Money, Mo Problems, man. I thought that was a solid song.
I got some new music. This is all kind of old to me.
Oh, okay.
So I got some new music.
When did you...
Throat's a good one too. Check that video out. Throat video is out. That's the last video.
I think I heard that.
The recipe video is out. I try to like mix it up, man. I try to do different sounds that I feel like I would like. Now it's just I'm trying to slow it down a little and make every bar mean something. And it's just trying to do that. It's just sometimes I make a song so sporadic that I just kind of just go. I have a home studio, so I just literally just
whenever you feel.
Yeah, like whenever I just want to make a song, if I'm really inspired by something, I'll just go in and just make a song real quick. I mean, I'll just get a bottle of Henny. Real talk, this is what I really do. But the newest single is talking about kind of like the process and like, it's really talking about like my addiction in a sense that I'm trying to come where everyone's addicted to something, whether it's food, whether it's so, you know, I have to recognize that there's exactly that there's issues that I've gone through and there's issues. So I kind of with this single, I kind of just put a kind of twist on it. But yeah, that single has not dropped yet, so I'm coming with a release date. I was just making sure the BMI and the business was right for that, and it's all set. So as soon as I come with a release date, I want to give it like a week or two for it to clear through the stores before I drop it.
Yeah, we'll definitely be supporting it. I'll definitely post it when you post it. We'll
and this one's a
sharing.
good one. It's a little catchy one. I got a feature on it, but I got some newer music that's gonna be dropping soon too, right after. I'm just kind of leading into the summer, and then summer I'm gonna just 2020. It's a new decade. We gotta get this shit, man. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to you guys for having me.
Do you want to go ahead and leave us, man, with some? Do you have IGs? Do you have a website? Facebook? Go ahead and let them know
I got
everything that you want them
we
to
got
go
440 FOUR40.com. So 440.com. 440.com. The word 4 is FOUR. That's the website. AR-216 ENT on Instagram, just AR-216 ENT. Just AR-216 Apple, AR-216 on Spotify, YouTube. I'm pretty easy to look up, and that's what I kind of wanted to do. I didn't want to be like have some crazy name like this one dude I brought to the studio. He's telling my engineer, no, it's a capital S, a lowercase s.
Oh,
capital
chalk the fucking
O.
name. I'm not doing that.
And I'm like, dude, you just need to have it simple.
Yeah,
Bow.
I would have been like, go back and work on your fucking
And my
name.
engineer's like
Come
looking
back.
at me like,
Yeah, it's no, not a money sign. You can't. No,
and I'm like,
it's
good
the
luck.
A is a-
And I
right.
told him, I was like, good luck looking that name up on Google.
Yeah.
Good luck with that.
Like
You
no, because
definitely
you gotta
want
spell
that
it.
to be able to find
Like,
you easy. Because then, if I even wanted to listen, nah, I don't.
Yeah, it's
I'm
like,
already discouraged.
Just by the
everybody
yeah.
else but you.
The,
pops
he's
up
got
on
an
some shit.
underscore under his name. Like, what is that?
no,
What
no,
are you?
no,
It's
no,
like,
no.
bro, what the fuck? Like, man, did you go for like the default?
I'm not
username?
roasting you
Like,
rappers, though. I'm not roasting you. Get
It's
your
like-
grind.
Dude, you wasting motherfucking time.
Like,
That's
nigga, that's
funny.
weird. Like, if you an already established person and say like that's like your handle on something, that's different. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like on IG or some shit like that. Like, but for an artist that's trying to get your music out and make your shit very like reasonable and easy to find. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Like, so motherfuckers can be like, oh, okay. Even if it is like something original, something
Yeah.
different, make it easy to spell or you know
Yeah,
what I'm saying?
something,
Like, so
something.
motherfuckers ain't like, oh, how do you
And
spell
that's
it? Like,
and that I've learned that, you know, because I had the name Age, and
Mhm.
Age is kind of that's a nickname, childhood nickname, but it's one of those. It's a weird spelling.
Right.
People like Edge,
Mhm.
he spelled Edge wrong, or like I've heard it all
Yeah.
on Xbox. You know, these motherfuckers, we be ruthless on that shit. That shit, we talk a lot of shit on there. But no, I'm fucking joking. But that was my Xbox segue. I love Xbox though. You need to get on that Blackout.
I ain't fucking around.
You need to get on. That's Black Ops 4.
I don't even play any of it.
MW's okay, but anyways, what the fuck was you talking about? I don't even remember what the fuck I was talking about.
We gonna go ahead.
Wrap it
up. This is the Instagram podcast.
Yeah,
Thank you so much, brother. We
AR-216, yeah,
appreciate
for
you,
sure,
bro.
man. I appreciate you guys. Yeah.
That money no problem. Ain't no I come from the bottom. I'm not with the gossip. Little homie trying to boss up. Crucify me when we crossed up.